Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the shop. This is Jim. Here's another RV10 update. This is sort of a how I did it video. I pondered how to bend the latch pins. So you're looking at the area where the aft pin comes out, and there you can see the pin and the guide block and all that. There's the intermediate rack from the plain around modification to this door latch. And then on top of the door there, you see the two blocks that I used. I've never had to bend something like this without actually using a tubing bender like you would use for fuel lines or brake lines. So I wasn't sure how to do it, and I kind of pondered it for a while. I searched the internet, didn't find much there, and I was about to send something to Vans and ask them, like, how do you do it? Because in the instructions here they show you bend the where they tell you bend the aft latch pin to match the contour of the lower edge. So that's what we're trying to do here. And you're wanting that pin to be straight as it comes out of here, but it has to bend in the middle of it to match the contour of the door. So you see I don't know if you'll pick that up here, but the door is bowed out towards the outside. So the middle part here is bowed that way. So I wanted to put a miter or bevel on these two parts, and that would have been easy on if they were straight, but since they're curved, how do you do that? You probably could do that with a router table or something like that. Turns out I didn't have to go to that extent. So I laid this out on the bench. This is about a 2-foot radius here, and if you look at it here, that's tighter than the door contour, but you need that so that when the tubing springs back that you're probably close. And in this application, close is good enough. It doesn't have to perfectly match that. It just needs to relieve the binding tendency as it comes out of this block here. You can see with the extension on there, if it's not close, it's going to bind in there, and you don't want that. And then you also want this tubing to kind of point that way up or towards the airframe when the door is installed. That way it's going to pull in good. Like I'm an expert on any of this stuff, so take all this with a grain of salt. But anyway, so this is about 8 inches long this way, and it's a 2-foot radius, and it's 1/2-inch plywood, and that seemed to work out good. Then I just sandwiched the tubing in the middle of it, and then I put it in that little cheap 4.5-inch bench vise over there, and was able to put enough pressure on it to bend it. It's a little bit hard to bend. You could try to bend it by hand, and then you end up kinking it probably. So I was afraid of trying to do it that way. I suppose people have done that, but since it's kind of a heavy wall, that makes it a little bit tough. So that's how I did that. If you got questions or comments, be sure to leave them. See you next time.